I just want to talk this week about why how long a piece takes you to draw actually doesn't really matter. Time is irrelevant when it comes to creating. It doesn't matter how long you take to do something. If you're happy with the result, then that's all that matters. Usually my pieces take around 25 hours plus, depending on the subject. And I never time them, so I don't really know how long they take in total. I just enjoy the process, and I love having a piece of work on my drawing board for usually a week at a time if it's a single subject. I'm really confident in what I do now. I've been doing it quite a long time. I'm also not a perfectionist, which might seem a little bit strange. So I don't spend hours twiddling with areas trying to get them right. And I think that does speed the process up slightly. When it comes to speed, I don't think I'm quicker than any other professional artist using the same medium. I do think I have a well planned out day that allows me to draw for around 5 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less. So potentially it looks like I have whizzed through a drawing if the viewer usually only spends a couple of hours a week on a piece. And the belief that everyone works the same is something we all have to deal with at times. We kind of reflect our own beliefs onto other people. So for me to be drawing for 30 or 40 hours a week, might not be the same as somebody who's managing to get sort of like an hour a week, so projecting their belief that I'm only working for an hour at a time, I must be going an awful lot quicker. Sometimes I want to do a piece that is a bit quicker, and perhaps I want to fit a piece in that's a gift for someone, and I've just included a little piece here that I drew this last week. It's a picture of my framer's dog, Ben. And I wanted to create a portrait for him for Christmas, but due to my crazy schedule, I didn't really have the time to fit another drawing in sort of like a week, how long it would normally take me to do. So I wanted to create Ben's portrait in a day. But I still wanted him to look realistic and not rushed. And this is where my visualization comes in, an absolute treat. I use visualizing for every single part of my life. I have drawn a portrait in a short period of time before, so I knew that I was capable of doing it. And when I start any piece at all, I visualise to help me prepare. I visualise the techniques, the colours, the outcome, what will happen with when I start to layer my colours, what colour will the surface that I'm going to be working on, and what's the actual surface I'm going to work on. I visualise all of that before I even put pencil to paper. When I visualise, I find images going through my mind. I'll be trying out a technique, trying different colour combinations, working out what it would look like if I use drafting film or pastel mat. I visualise the look and feel of a certain surface, a certain colour, and I'll be able to test out in my head what is going to work and what won't. This is a really, really great technique to have in your toolbox. A great technique to practice because it comes in handy for every single part of your life. And it means that if I want to do a drawing like the one of Ben here, I can practice it in my head beforehand. I can work out how I can physically create something in a much shorter space of time and still get a beautiful portrait at the end of it. I might not use the same techniques I would use for a portrait that takes me 30 hours. I might decide to use a different surface. So I would normally use white pastel mat for my commission pieces, but I decided to use the dark grey pastel mat because it takes the lighter colours over the darker a little bit better than the white because it's got a little bit more tooth, or it tends to have a little bit more tooth. So this beautiful portrait of Ben here, I was able to really look at getting all of the texture in very quickly and then glazing my colours in over the top. And that was all decided on before I even started the portrait. I'd done it all in my head before. I knew exactly how I wanted to do it. So within 6 hours, I created a portrait that I could then gift to my framer and sort of fit an extra little one in within my tight schedule. So time doesn't matter. Time really, really doesn't matter when it comes to creating. It's what you get out of it. If you create a portrait in 2 hours or you create a portrait in 200 hours, as long as you are getting out of it what you want to get out of it, that's all that matters.